Dear students, now we will see an example for convolution of an exponential signal with unit step signal. So the question is given x of n is equal to alpha to the power of n u of n, where alpha value is greater than 0 but less than 1. H of n is u of n. So this is, they call this as exponential because u of n is multiplied by an alpha to the power of n value. Alpha value, as it is given in the question, it is less than 1. So for example, if you consider it as half to the power of n also, it will be an exponential signal, but here since alpha is less than 1, it is a decreasing exponential signal. So they have asked us to find out the output of discrete time LTI system, and we have to plot y of n as per the question. So here actually both the signals are infinite signal. As I told, x of n is multiplied by alpha to the power of n with your u of n. So this term makes x of n exponential signal. So alpha is greater than 0, less than 1. So writing it in a form of equation, y of n is equal to x of n convolution of h of n. So x of n is nothing but alpha to the power of n u of n convolved with u of n. So let us first plot what is x of n and what is h of n. So if I plot x of n, see, u of n is multiplied by alpha to the power of n. Okay, here alpha is actually less than 1 but greater than 0, positive value which is less than 1. So we all know u of n means it exists from 0 to infinity. So this is u of n, which will be having values like this. Okay, so the value here it is 4. Remember that you should write this dotted line which indicates signal exists up to plus infinity. Okay, so if I multiply this with alpha value, and alpha is power of n, so u of n exists from 0 to infinity. Okay, so when n is equal to 0, alpha to the power of 0, anything to the power of 0 is 1, we know. That's why, so n equals 0, I have plotted 1. Now for the next sample, here also it exists. Okay, for n equals 1. So alpha to the power of 1. So it is alpha. Next, for n equals 2, alpha square. So like that. See why I am writing this in a decreasing order, because in the question they have given what is the value that alpha can take. Since it can take less than 1 value, we all know that when it is lesser than 1, so it exponentially decreases. Okay, so because of that purpose, I have plotted x of n like this. So as alpha is less than 1, for other values of n, it is a decreasing exponential. And plotting your h of n, so it's a u of n, so I have plotted as it is. Okay, now after plotting x of n and h of n, we will take it as x of k and h of k as per the procedure of convolution sum. So h of k I have written x of k, which is exponentially decreasing value. First step, fold h of k. Okay, folding h of k to get h of minus k. And here you can observe both signals are starting from 0 only. So the minimum value or minimum index for your output will be starting from n equals 0. So the maximum end we can't find because both signals are actually infinite. That means both exist at infinity. So now we will see when two infinite signals are convolved like this, then what solution we have to apply. So we'll start by step. So now first, once we fold it, it is nothing but n equals 0. You multiply h of minus k with x of k to get the first sample, that is y of 0. The product we call it as w0 of k. Since I have a sample at n equals 0 and here also at 0, 1 into 1, I got 1. So y of 0 is 1. Now I will take n equals 1. Okay, so n positive value, so right shift h of minus k by 1 unit. So if I shift it right by 1 unit, so signal will be appearing like this. See, here you should write this dotted line which indicates your signal is infinite. You can write 2 or 4 samples and you can just put it dot dot, no problem, because it's a u of n signal. So now h of minus k plus 1 again multiply with x of k. So here the product exists only for these two samples, 0 and 1, 0 and 1. So I got 1, and here also 1 into alpha I got 1. So if I add these two means that is y of 1. So y of 1 now is 1 plus alpha. Similarly, if I take n equals 2, signal is shifted right by 2 units. Now if you multiply, here I have samples. So if these two are multiplied, then I'll get product only for 0, 1, 2, because we can multiply, because here the signals are 0, so all these will be 0. and h of minus k plus 2 won't exist above 2. So here even though if you have signal, we won't get product. They both overlap only at 0, 1, 2 index. So I got it 1 alpha square. So y of 2 is 1 plus alpha square. Similarly, if we go on doing like this, we will be getting values like this. For n equals 0, it is 1. When n was 1 plus alpha. When n equals 2, 1 plus alpha square. For n equals 3, 1 plus alpha square plus alpha 3, and so on. Okay. And here now y of n is 0 for n less than 0. That anyhow we know it from the existence of this signals. Okay. So now I have to give a mathematical expression for that. So when we come across such cases, that is when two infinite signals are convolved, so we should take the help of the series of exponential, or what we call it as geometric series. By using those series, we can give a final equation. See, these three formulas are important formulas which you should remember, not only for convolution sum but also when we discuss the module 5 Z transforms. So these three formulas will be very, very helpful. See here. Here simply alpha is the standard value that is given in the book. Yes, in some books it will be given A or R, anything. Okay. Here it is just a coincidence that the standard formulas are also in the form of alpha. That's it. Okay. Here the variable can be A, or in some books it is also R. So what are these three formulas? When n equals 0, when summation from 0 to infinity alpha n means we will get 1 divided by 1 minus alpha provided alpha is less than 1. This is one series. Another series is you are summating this alpha to the power of n value from 0 to capital N minus 1. So this is some value for n instead of plus infinity. In that case, if alpha is not equal to 1 value, then the formula is 1 minus alpha to the power of n divided by 1 minus alpha. See here, it is from n minus 1. Okay. So if I add plus 1 to that, then we will get n. So that is the actually meaning. So how this alpha n they have written means, so it will be small n plus 1. This is small n plus 1. So n capital N minus 1 plus 1 means I will be arriving at n. So like that you should analyze. So and if alpha is equal to 1, then this summation will be equivalent to this n. Similarly, when alpha to the power of n is multiplied by this n, then the formula will reduce to alpha divided by 1 minus alpha square, provided if alpha is less than 1. So I have to remember this series. Any of the series you can apply to get the final expression. Okay, this is only for your information. So the next I will continue with the problem. So y of n is equal to k equals 0 to n. Why I am writing n? Because so n is actually the shifting value. So here we have shifted it, isn't it? N equals 1, n equals 2. So now I am writing the product x of k multiplied with h of n minus k. This is nothing but n minus k is this value minus k plus 2 or n. Okay, this is the product which exists from 0 to n. So that's why I have written like this. So k equals 0 to n. What is x of k? X of k value is alpha. Okay. So alpha to the power of 0, alpha to the power of 1, 2, alpha to the power of 3, like that. So x of k I can write it as alpha k. H of n minus k, what it is? It is actually a step signal. So what is the amplitude of this? I can write 1. Okay. So now using the second formula, okay, so that is using this formula, now I can give the final expression. I have written that. So we rewrite your y of n as, since we are calculating only for n greater than or equal to 0, and in the question already they have given your alpha is less than 1. Okay, so by considering that value, so now I can finalize your y of n as 1 minus alpha n plus 1. I hope now you got it. While discussing the problem only I told you. So this value is nothing but n plus 1. So divided by 1 minus alpha. So if you apply n equals 0, so you got 1. If you apply n equals 1, you got 1 plus alpha. Similarly, if you write n equals 2 also, you will get the value like this: 1 plus alpha square plus alpha cube, or 1 plus alpha square for n equals to. That you can verify. So you need not do all these steps. Since this is the first problem, I have done 2 or 3 steps. So when you observe the two infinite series, then directly you can do the problem from here by applying this formula. Directly you can arrive at this problem or at this solution. Since the output exists for n greater than or equal to 0, this n greater than or equal to 0 can be written as u of n. So I have written like this. In the question they have asked us to plot y of n, isn't it? So that's why I have plotted y of n. Here you can see when it is 0, value is 1. When it is 1, it is 1 plus alpha. Alpha may be less than half, but we are adding it with 1 because that is the value of y of n is 1 plus alpha. So it is completely increasing. So here scale I have concatenated, and for infinity also I have plotted. So when it is infinite, we are using this formula. When n 0 to infinite, that is infinite value when you apply, then it is 1 divided by 1 minus alpha. Or in this equation also you apply. If n is infinite, so this doesn't exist. Okay. So it is 1 divided by 1 minus alpha. This we call it as asymptote. Okay. So when n arrives at infinity, so this value will be settled at 1 divided by 1 minus alpha. So this is the solution for convoluting and both infinite sequences. Okay, and again this is an example for exponential signal convolved with unit step function. Okay, thank you.